Yes, sir. Welcome in, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started shortly here. Just a little fragrance chat for Sunday. I'm actually doing some live testing of some fragrances that I got in. The lineup for today for testing, we got Burberry Hero Elixir, Gucci Guilty Elixir de Absolute, Gucci Intense Oud, and then we have a few Barara fragrances. We have King Soleil, Barara Chocolate, and Barara Enigma. So we got six fragrances on the slate today on the chopping block. Welcome, man. Drop your sense of the day as you enter into the chat here, and we'll get started in a second, man.
Do it live! Do it live! Do it live! Do it live!
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining Saturday Scent Talk. So this is actually for Sunday stream. We streamed a little bit last night here. Kind of kept it going. Kind of keep up the momentum for today here. Thank you so much for joining today. We're Style Me Strength, and every fragrance packs a punch. Today we'll be doing some live testings. I got 6 fragrances here that I got in locally from one of the fragrance stores, as well as my Macy's reps. Kind of plug me in on a few fragrances from the house of Gucci. We have a fragrance from the house of Burberry, and that's their new elixir, the Burberry Hero Elixir. And we have three fragrance testers, 3 5 mLs from the house of Barara. So we'll test those out. I know Barara hasn't really sat well with me, honestly, as of late in regards to some fragrances. I think the only one that I actually enjoy is the Barara King. And I'm excited to see what the King Soleil is hitting for. So from my Macy's rep today, from my Macy's rep today, it should be a little bit better. So let me know. Let me know. Drop a one in the chat if I can be heard clearly. If you hear any static or anything of that such, let me know as well. I think I was dealing with a bit of interference last night with my stream, so that kind of affected quite a bit of things last night. But thank you, I appreciate that. All right, so for my Gucci rep with Macy's, I have a sample of this is the Gucci Guilty Elixir, the Absolute. So this is the black and lime green gradient bottle. So we'll test that out tonight. Definitely white floral fragrance. And then we have an entry level oud, in my opinion. We have the Gucci Intense Oud. Gucci Intense Oud, and then designer space as well. We have the Burberry Hero Elixir de Parfum. That's the Burberry Hero Elixir. So we're going to test that out today and see what those are hitting for. Then from the house of Barara, we have Barara Chocolate. I actually heard pretty good things about this chocolate oud fragrance. We have Barora King Soleil, and I'm hoping and praying that this fragrance is similar to the original King, in which I enjoy. Actually, I enjoy Barora King. Barora King is its own take on the Xerjoff Herba Pura DNA, a little bit more masculine version of Herba Pura. And then we have, last but not least, Barora Enigma. And this is, I believe this to be an oud fragrance as well. So I think all three of these might be oud fragrances. So today might be an oud day. Might be an oud type of day. But drop your sense of the day in the chat here, so we'll go ahead and get things going. Thank you so much for joining today. We'll go ahead and continue on. Give us 1 second here. And just drop those cents of the day, and we can keep it pushing, y'all. Thank you so much for joining this on this lovely, joyous Sunday. I know you could be doing other things, but I'm glad that you're joining in with me, and we're engaging in fragrance discussion. So we'll go ahead and get the 3 Baroras out of the way here. Okay. Matter of fact, yes. All right, so let's check in with the chat real quick here. I see we got, let's see, Willie. Okay, turn your volume up. Perfect. All right. Kicks, my apologies last night, brother, for that interference. I think it should be much better in regards to audio here. Willie, no center today yet, still trying to figure out. Hark says Nautica Voyage, great choice, especially for this spring going into summer, man. This is a hot summer. It's going to be a hot summer. It's already a hot spring, man. Kick says, Buff, what up? What up, my brother? He said, center today, Davidoff, cool. Oh, see, now we talking. Cool Water Elixir. I got to get my nose on that, man. I heard great things about it. You spoke well. You spoke well in regards to describing that fragrance. I'm definitely, and that kind of sparked my interest with the fragrance. So thanks, Kicks. I appreciate that, brother. So we're actually going to delve into these testings here. Again, we have from the house of Gucci. I have 2 fragrances from my Macy's rep through Gucci, and that's the Gucci Guilty Elixir, the Absolute. And that's the black and lime green gradient bottle. And then we have a oud-based fragrance, more so entry-level designer oud. It's Gucci Intense Oud. And we have the new the Burberry Hero Elixir here. And then we're gonna delve into a few Barora fragrances. I got 3 of them here. I got Barora Chocolate, Barora King Soleil, and I'm hoping King Soleil is similar to King, y'all. I'm going to be so disappointed if it's not. And then we have Barora Enigma. So we're going to actually start with Barora Enigma. From the notes, it states that this is a saffron bergamot oud rose fragrance with top notes being saffron and bergamot, middle notes of oud and Bulgarian rose, base notes consisting of sugarcane, tonka bean, amber, white moss, and oak moss. And this is a 30% oil concentration, so it's a little bit lighter, but it's not as light as a lot of other fragrances here. So we'll go ahead and get this on tester strip. All right, Willie says center today, Initio Paragon. You love that Paragon, man. You love that Paragon. That's your thing, man. Salute to you, brother. Smelling the cap, it doesn't smell bad. I definitely get the rose. Definitely, it's like a oudie rose. I definitely get the oudie rose to it. Let's see. All right, so we'll let that sit here for a while. He said, I love Paragon. Willie says, I love Paragon. Yeah, great choice, man. It's a good fragrance. It's a really good fragrance, man. That plum, it really hits. The sandalwood, Palo Santo. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's really nice. All right. So in the air, I'm getting wafts of rose, not as much not so much of oud. I definitely get the saffron and rose. This is not bad. It's not bad, but it's not great. For oud based fragrance, this is very minimalistic in regards to oud inclusion. But I would consider this more so along the lines of a rose fragrance. You get more rose than anything out of it. You get a hint of oud, but I don't believe it to be true naturalistic oud. It might be a little bit on the synthetic side. And they say this fragrance before distribution, it had been aging for 6 weeks and then macerated for 3 weeks and then it matured for 3 weeks. So, all right, let's go in the chat here. So Hark says, have you tried Auto Parisi Megamate or reviews on Pacific Chill by LV and Imagination DNA? Auto Parisi Megamate is strong, very mineralistic. It's a very mineralic fragrance, very oceanic, fresh. It lasts forever, man. It's a good fragrance. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm probably leaning more so towards I would say towards the Davidoff Cool Water Elixir style of DNA, if we're gonna go that way. Like, I'm not too big on the saltiness, because that fragrance is really, really salty, in my opinion. And he said reviews on Pacific Chill by Louis Vuitton and Imagination DNA. Of the two, I'm a fan of the Imagination DNA simply because I'm a fan of the note of ginger, the ginger note behind it. Pacific Chill is good. However, I believe Louis Vuitton Imagination to be a bit longer lasting as a comparison of the two. Pacific Chill doesn't last long on my skin, and I do have an inspiration of Pacific Chill that lasts quite a bit longer. I'm burnt out on the Louis Vuitton DNA, honestly, of all their fragrances. Like, if anything, they need to come out with an inspiration of Les Sables Roses, Ombre Levant. Like, they need to have some more. Like, if you're gonna do Louis Vuitton, man. Like, you want to, these houses are actually doing the entry level fragrances. You know, they're actually doing the entry level fragrances. You need to get some Ombre Levants going, some rose. Like, we need to get some smells going. Like, y'all need to really, you know, I would say more so extend their reach, because it seems as if the fragrance community, when it comes to inspirations, is very limited. Like, it's not like, it's no boundaries with fragrance, you know. But needless to say, I prefer Imagination, pepper, ginger, the bright citruses to it. I definitely prefer that over that, you know, and a little bit in Ambroxan, I believe, too. All right. So he said, Willie says, buff you like fruity fragrances. It depends. It depends. I'm very selective in my fragrances. So I like fresh fragrances. My cup of tea is fresh fragrances for the warmer months. Fresher fragrances for the warmer months, more so citrus based, but fruitiness, I have to really have a taste. Like, I really be in the mood for a fruity based fragrance, like I would say, as far as fruits, yeah, not really so much into the fruits like that, man. I like fresh fragrances. Man. And I have to think about the situations that I'm going to be wearing the fragrances. So it has to be relative to what's going on, you know. And for me, I'm mostly in business meetings. I'm mostly in dealing with people, talking to people, because I work in government. So I have to really be mindful of the fragrances that I'm wearing. Some things can't be too off-putting. For instance, Barara Enigma. This is a good fragrance. However, I would not wear this to a meeting simply because it is a bit off-putting when it comes to I don't believe this to be true wood. I believe this true oud. I believe this to be more so along the lines of your agar wood. This is very sweet. It's a very sweet, rosy fragrance. You don't get much of the citrus on top. I'm going to base these on first initial spray. I'm going to base them on 2 factors. One factor being the the actual quality of the fragrance and whether or not I like it. So, and that's based upon a scale of 1 to 10, 5 being the lowest, 10, 9.5 being the highest. Honestly, I don't give 10. So, and I don't give 7s either. So, kind of picky with it. But let's get back into the chat. He said, try some Toomey frags if you like ginger. So they're on discounters for the low. So Toomey, I have, let's get into the bag, man. So I have a subscription to, what is that? The Scentbird. And Scentbird sent me this. Is it? No, that's not it. So Scentbird, they send me a subscription once a month. So I try out fragrances all the time from them. Like all the time. So I'm always trying something new. I got some Fugazi coming in. I got 2 10 mLs of Fugazi coming in. So I want to try those out. That passion fruit and the angel dust. No, the vanilla haze extrait. So I have Toomey Awaken. Let's get that going. Yeah, I have Toomey Awaken, and then I own Toomey 19 Degree. So I do like ginger. It's it has to be very situational for me. I believe it or not, the ginger in this Onyx, the Cod Lodge Onyx Silver is really good ginger. Really fruity ginger fragrance. So reminiscent of that Parfums de Marley Castley DNA. But let's get back into it, y'all. All right, so Hark says, LBT, L'Immensité, Afternoon Swim, Meteor, can you describe them? I want to try them. Which ones are your favorites? Another ginger fragrance, L'Immensité. L'Immensité is good. I recommend L'Immensité for a masculine man. You know, if you like fruity fragrances, I don't recommend L'Immensité. You know, even though it is a good fragrance, you know, so like it's very similar, very reminiscent. It's a ginger-based fragrance. You know, I think it's a ambroxan-based fragrance as well, so it punches. It's grapefruit behind it, but the fragrance itself, in regards to, it's very refreshing. It's one of those types of scents that's a very warm ginger, amber, sweet fragrance to it. It's very versatile. I would consider it one more so along the lines of a Swiss Army knife of fragrances because it does have a mass appeal factor to it. And it's definitely masculine. So I recommend it. Realistic grapefruit behind it, man. It got some good citrus behind it as well. Swiss Array, yeah. I got Alpha Fragrances. I got two Swiss Arabians on the way from Alpha Fragrances. They said, Meteor, can you describe them? Meteor is along your lines of, I would consider Meteor within the same realm of a Azzaro Chrome. It's very, like, to me, it's kind of like a powdery citrus fragrance. It's very powdery in my scent. Like, it's okay. It's okay, but I don't believe it to be one of the top tier fragrances for that. But it's a good versatile fragrance. Like, it's a good versatile fragrance option, you know. I believe it to be very citrus heavy, especially on the top. Citrus heavy on the top, and I think it has like some peppers in it. I don't know if it's a vetiver or not. I think I get some vetiver out of it. I actually have a rendition of that from Cod Lodge, and that's the Shiaka Snow. My wife actually likes that fragrance more than I do, so it kind of goes to show you right there. You know, my wife likes that fragrance a little bit more than me. But needless to say, let's see. Let's go ahead and get back into the chat. He said I want to try them. Which out of my favorite of L'Immensité, Afternoon Swim, Meteor, my favorite of the three. I'm not a fan of Afternoon Swim because it only lasts like 2 hours on my skin, man. Meteor is cool, but that's more feminine leaning in my opinion. I will go with L'Immensité over those other two for sure. L'Immensité, and out of those two, out of the flagship fragrances for LV, I'm going L'Immensité and Imagination any day. But overall, for the fragrance itself, I'm going with Les Sables Roses and Ombre Levant. Les Sables Roses, Ombre Levant, and L'Immensité are my top three. So, he said, if you like Herba Pura, I think you would like. See, that's the thing. I'm not a fan of Herba Pura. That's where I got to stop you, my brother. I'm not a fan of Herba Pura. What I said was it's very reminiscent of the Herba Pura DNA, but it promotes masculinity within the fragrance. Because I believe Herba Pura, I actually gave my wife my bottle of Herba Pura, you know, because it was too powdery, musky, citrusy, and feminine leaning for me. Like it was a little too much on the sweeter side. He said you would like Swiss Arabian Essence of Casablanca. It gives me that fruity vanilla feel. Okay. I might have to get my nose on that one for sure. Dame, good, welcome in, brother. Dame says I'm gonna have to get into Swiss Arabian. Heard good things. Yes, I've heard good things as well. I'm definitely gonna wanting to get my nose once these fragrances come in. Alpha Fragrances should be sending them out, if not tomorrow. I think my Swiss Arabian. So I think I got Patchouli 01 coming in, Vanilla 01. And I believe I have Essence of Casablanca coming in as well. So we'll see about that. So Kick says, Buff, what do you think about grapefruit combination with ginger? There are plenty of that combination in frags today. For the example, Mood on Eclipse is a great example. So yes, like grapefruit in the combination with ginger, it comes off very, very weird in a sense. Like I like the combination, like it's different. It definitely promotes some type of uniqueness within the fragrance itself. It's starting to become more, I'll say it's starting to become more and more likable by myself, like as far as my tastes, like, cause originally grapefruit wasn't really sitting well with me. Like I wasn't a fan of the actual fruit itself, let alone a fragrance having a scent of the fruit or, a reminiscence of the fruit, like, that's the only thing that I worry about. I worry about when it comes to that is the fact of it's the fact of the tartness from the grapefruit, man. Like it's kind of off-putting in my opinion, but the Eclipse is a little bit different. Eclipse is a little bit different, man. Eclipse it's an energizing fragrance, man. That's a little bit different. Like that one has like I believe violet in it, so it's just that sandalwood right down. Like that's nice, man. That's a nice one though. But that one has like that one had lemon in it, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's like lemon in that fragrance, but excuse me. I'm actually fasting today, so water only. And as far as my bodybuilding prep is going, I have a show July 17th in St. Louis, and this is kind of like what I'm living off of, honestly. So water has been my best friend. But anyways, but yeah, like he says, let's see. He said Essence of Casablanca has very quickly moved into my top 10. Really? Top 10? Interesting. Okay. I'm excited for that. I need to check in and see what I actually ordered with him. And I might if I don't have that on my list, I definitely need to put it on my list then. Because honestly, I like the box. The presentation is nice. It's a nice presentation. Dave says Eclipse is fire. Yes, Eclipse is really nice, man. Eclipse is really nice. That honestly, that whole front, I'm a fan of Wisdom. I'm a fan of Mazan and Charmant. Like I like those three. Let's see. Alrighty. So he said, our favorite, bro. Yes, that is nice. Harksa says, I got you. He said, Harksa, my favorite opinions on Lacar for car. Afnan 9 p.m. Do not like that sweet. See, I haven't. Okay, we'll get into that, Kicks. All right, so I do not like that sweet syrupy for me. Opinions on the top for car. So I don't like redundancy in my collection, man. I own YSL YEDP. No purpose of having Fakar Black at all. I own YSL Elixir. There's no purpose of having Fakar Platine. You know, the only fragrance that I don't own from the Fakar that I have from the Fakar line is a fragrance that I don't own, and that's from the house of Paco Rabanne. Well, now known as Rabanne, and that's 1 Million Parfum. Even though it's an inexpensive fragrance, it kind of slipped between the cracks when it came to me actually getting the fragrance. So I found this at my local Burlington, and this is Fakar Gold. And this is like one of my favorite white floral fragrances. Like this is one of my favorite white floral fragrances, and very reminiscent. I was able to go to Macy's and try out 1 Million Parfum. This is very close. Very, very close. Like, I don't need the original, honestly, and I'm probably not going to get the original. Like, I'm not a collector, so, you know, I just love fragrance. Off 9 p.m. is good. I actually recommend Off 9 p.m. Night Out over the OG now. For some reason, it just sits well with me. It just sits a little bit better with me, a little bit more versatile. That 9 p.m. can be a little bit cloying. It's very situational, the original OG. You gotta understand the climate you're in, what you're doing, and your skin chemistry is everything. But anyway, let's get back into the chat here. Kick says, Buff, have you checked out Ramon and Uncle Frank? No, I have not, my brother. Like, get me hip on that, man. Like, get me hip on that. I'm not well versed, you know. I'm not real versed on a lot of fragrances, man. You know, I think the only fragrance I know from that line is like that is it Flamingo or something like that? I think it's like Flamingo. But yeah, give me a hit, brother. Like, send me some information, send me a link or something like that so I can check out the house. Like I'm always checking out houses, so especially fragrance houses that, you know, that interest me. Like, but I think as of right now, the only fragrance I know from that house is like the Flamingo. Yeah. And all right, and you said they're fire here. I might have to check those out. Matter of fact, let me see if I can look them up real quick here, because we'll get into the second fragrance shortly here. While we chatting here, man, everybody joining in, drop your sense of the day. You know, drop your sense of the day, and drop a like. Drop a like on the chat here, man. That kind of boosts me in the algorithm. It lets everyone know that we're live and we're having active engagement on fragrance. See, you know me well, brother. You're learning more and more about Buff, man. You're learning more and more about Buff. All right, so Dame says, Buff, have you tried Collage Island Dreams yet? I actually have I actually own that fragrance. It's not hidden for me. It's not hidden for me, brother. I'm sorry. It's good. It's okay. It's an okay fragrance. It's too grapefruity. Like, no. We just went into this. We just had this conversation about the grapefruit. We just had the grapefruit fragrance conversation, and I'm not too big on grapefruit. It's okay. Has to be very, very relative to the fragrance. The blend has to be A1. Like, to me, Collage Island Dreams, the blend is okay. It's not on track with the OG, the Symphony, but Symphony is just so expensive, man. Like, I got like a little a sample of that, and that sample was like $30, $40. Like, what? No. But anyways, as a good alternative, Collage Island Dreams is definitely sought after. It's a good one. But it's not, as far as my taste, it's not that great to me. Like, I would prefer Shiaka Snow over College Island Dreams, in my opinion. Even though I don't like Shiaka Snow as much as I like Shiaka Shadow, fire. But you'll find clones that I'm finding clones that smell like a little bit better, because some of them have twists. They're not full. They're not trying to be one-to-one. Some of them have an actual twist to them. All right, so let's get back in the chat. Kick says, I bet you like that 1 Million Parfum because that solar note makes that frag blossom. Yes, it definitely does, man. So I'm a fan of the combination, the white florals, the orange blossom, the tuberose, man. Like, excellent usage of tuberose, in my opinion. Excellent uses of tuberose. Tuberose is one of those fragrance notes that is extremely hard to blend. It's like one of those fragrances, like tuberose. Was it a tuberose overdose? Smell like gym socks, you know. But it's needless to say, So Harkstar says 2112 man, Versace Mano Fresh. How you like them? Your best Middle Eastern brand. Ooh. Oh, you hit me with it today, brother. You hit me with it today. So 2112 man is actually a great fragrance. Very green. Very green. I love that fragrance. I have a bottle of it. And I wore it this spring when it first got in the spring. But for me, the fragrance does come off a bit cloying, so you got to be light on the sprays because it is a little bit mineralistic, and the green notes behind it very strong. It's an Alberto Maria's creation, so you got to kind of be light on the touches. He likes his blends he likes to punch with his blends, so. Just be mindful. It's a really good fragrance though. It's old. It's not as modern anymore. However, because you do have fragrance DNAs that are a little bit more mass appealing. Like as a comparison of the two, 212 man is good. Coach Green is better, more modern in my opinion. It's more modern. Simply because it has oak moss in it, I believe, kiwi. It just. Two different fragrances at the same time, same intention behind it. You kind of get that same type of mission behind the fragrance. All right, so he said Versace Mano Fresh, not a fan. Mano Fresh Extreme over Versace Mano Fresh any day. Mano Fresh I wore Mano Fresh when I went to Florida. It lasted me like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I was very upset with that fragrance, and no. My best Versace, man, I'm telling you, I got my top three Versace's. We have Versace Eros Flame. I like Eros Energy because it is reminiscent of the Creed Aventus Cologne DNA. It's reminiscent, but it's not. It's its own self. So don't take it with a grain of salt. And Versace Dylan Blue. Those are my top three Versace, man. Like, I ain't worried about Eros at all. None of the Eroses. Those are a bit childish in my opinion. All right, so he says best Middle Eastern brand. Honestly, surprisingly, the most Middle Eastern fragrances that I own come from the house of Armaf. And not necessarily saying that they're the best fragrance house, like Middle Eastern wise. I would say my favorite, it's tough because I have some of these fragrance houses have like one hitter. Like they have one fragrance that is really, really good. And the rest of the fragrances could be subpar. It's kind of hard for me to do that. I probably need some time to think about that one, man. Actually, let's go back to it. Yeah. But yeah, as a comparison to 212 man, I got Coach Green right here, man. So that's good. But I always compare that to this. So, but anyway, I probably have to say, I gotta think about that one. That one's kind of a hard one to do, because my top three would be considered like your top three. See, the only reason why I say Off 9 is because of Supremacy Collector's Edition. That's the only fragrance that I say because of Off 9. Rare Reef is good. But the question is, how's Rare Reef compared to Spectrum Chill? That's the question. I've never smelled the Spectrum Chill, so I can't compare the two. Rare Reef is good. I know Rare Reef is good, but I haven't smelled Spectrum Chill. But as of right now, that's the house that I have the most of is that, and mostly, honestly, you can't go wrong with Lattafa fragrances. They've been in the game for so long, they've transitioned into creating their own inspirations. I'm gonna say Lattafa, man. That Teriyaki Intense, y'all. That Teriyaki Intense, man. Quentin Beach. Teriyaki Intense, man. That Lattafa Dynasty. What's his name? I don't know why I said Keith Lee. I'm tripping. Yeah, I don't know why I said Keith Lee, y'all. I was about to say it. Alex Lee, fragrance, a perfumer, from that's that went to IPCA, but French Avenue is really good too, man. Like, and this is a heater. That's been one that's been going for some years now, y'all. But yeah, excuse me. But yeah, one thing about I like that. One thing that I do like about Lattafa is that they're starting to create their own lane for their originals, like with having these master perfumers behind the wheel. A lot of these Middle Eastern houses are starting to kind of step their game up, which is causing designers to step theirs up. Because one thing that designers don't do, as in comparison to Middle Eastern brands, they don't do they don't do the marketing. They don't do the brand, the influencer marketing. Middle Eastern fragrances have influencer marketing on lock. Hi. Can you go lay back down for me, please? Why? Because we're going to go outside and play in a little bit once Dad finishes his live stream, okay? All right? You can sit right there. That's fine. You can watch. That's fine. It's okay. All right, so yeah, see that. All right, so Coach Green, Clark says Coach Green is my fave. Dame is laughing. Yeah, see, I'm sorry, man. I almost said Keith Lee was a perfumer. Tripping. French Avenue has been going crazy too. Yeah, I agree. They've been really nice. Shh, keep it down, okay? Don't do that, okay? All right, if you're gonna sit there, I need you quiet. All right, so Dame says, speaking of Armaf, their private key line is the most underrated Middle Eastern line in a long time. I agree. I agree with you. So, Alex Lee, he was actually a perfumer on one of those fragrances, Private Key to My Life, I believe. I think it was Private Key to My Soul. It says he was the perfumer behind Private Key to My Soul. George. Baby girl. You got one more time. Okay. You got one more time, baby girl. And we're going to go ahead and go outside. All right. So, yeah, probably the key to my success was Quentin Beach. See? Like, that's crazy. Like, Armaf, like, they're doing it. Armaf and Lattafa, they're really doing it with the original fragrances, having these master perfumers behind the wheel. And that's really like a big thing. He said, I'm going to get Life soon because I heard it's in that Tiger BDC lane. Really? Excuse me. My question for you, Dame, I wonder if it's as good as this. Because if it ain't as good as this, I don't want it. I don't want it, my brother. Speaking of Alberto Marias. Daddy. But, I want to see it. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and get into this next fragrance here. I'm going to skip over King Soleil because I'm hoping that smells like Barora King. Now we getting somewhere. Let's see. Hark says, best from Acqua di Gio line. Can you suggest a perfume with fresh pineapple, less smoky nature than Aventus? I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, man, like, Acqua di Gio, Acqua di Gio don't last long at all. None of the iterations, other than the Profumo, and that one still don't last. Like, honestly, my recommendation for you would be from Arabia Prestige, my brother. Arabia Prestige Rais, and shout out to Kix Griffey for putting me onto that. He put me onto the Arabia Prestige Rais, and that's a take on this DNA, which is the best, in my opinion. That's the best fresh that you'll get from Acqua di Gio, or the EDP, or the EDP Intense from the new one, the new EDP Intense, and then you have the luxury edition, the Arabia Prestige Rais Luxury Edition, which is their take on Acqua di Gio Profumo, and that's the incense that's the incense inclusion, and that it's a very, very well put together fragrance. And I believe both of those to be, they're smoking both of those, the OGs. And you said, can you suggest a perfume with fresh pineapple, less smoky nature than Aventus? I literally just spoke that up. So if you're going to go with the Middle Eastern route, Off-9 Supremacy Collector's Edition, this is probably your best bet when it comes to an affordable space. Simply because here we go again. This is heavy on the orange blossom note. However, it's heavy on the pineapple as well. So you get the pineapple, you get the orange blossom, you get the mossy nature, but it's not as smoky. It is not as smoky of a fragrance. So you kind of skip the smoke with that. But yeah, let's get back into it. All right, so we have Barbara Chocolate, 3 ml. And let's see what this smells like. So I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer here. We got four fragrances we need to get to. So we're gonna make it happen. All right, Barbara Chocolate. I smell that in the air. I smell the chocolate in the air. It's like, I don't know if it's dark chocolate. It smells good though. Yeah, it smells good, man. I'll let that get out a second to kind of, let that settle here on the tester strip. Let's see. I smell it. It smells good though. Yeah, it smells good, y'all. It's not bad. It's not bad. But you want to know something crazy out of it? I smell tuberose. I smell tuberose. It's cutting through the entire fragrance. Leather. All right, so let's get this on nose. So let's see. Let's look up the notes. Fragrance notes of this fragrance consist of top notes of bergamot, cinnamon, and cardamom. Okay. Middle notes of dates, praline, tuberose. I knew I smelled it. Smelled it right through it. Striking tuberose. Cognac and leathery accord. I smell the tuberose, cognac, and leather. I don't smell anything else. So it says base notes of benzoin, vanilla, tonka, musk, and oud. This is actually nice. I get the tuberose, cognac, leather. I don't get any oud out of it. And I get the musk. So I get those four notes for sure. I get the tuberose, cognac, leather, and musk. It smells good. It smells like something that you would wear, honestly, this is a little bit more playful. It's a little bit more playful, but this is a good transitional fragrance from fall into winter because it does have like the bright citrus opening to it, but it's just that heart man, with the tuberose. That tuberose is a good transition into that base. Yeah, that musky nature to it. It's really nice. It's really nice. This is like a decadent fragrance. As far as on a scale of 1 to 10, when it comes to the actual scent itself, I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Simply because you don't really get the full. I'm trying to let it dry down, but I don't get the full experience of the fragrance. It seems like it's very, very linear. There's not really much transition to it other than the tuberose and the cognac. Like all I get now is just tuberose and cognac. I don't even smell the leather anymore. So yeah. As far as the actual scent. The scent itself, I give it a 6.5. For the blend itself, yeah, I give it a 6. So we're gonna set that at a 6.6. Like, let's do a 6, solid 6 across the board. So I give Barbara Chocolate a 6. I give Barbara Chocolate a 6, and I give Barbara Enigma a 7 because, and that's honestly the only reason why I give it a 7 because of the rose. Honestly, but let's move on to the last fragrance we have. When we'll check in with the chat here. Dame says Hachiba X is a beautiful pineapple, no oak moss like the OG Hachiba. I agree. See, I need to get my nose on Hachiba X. I haven't smelled Hachiba X, but I have smelled the OG. But I definitely want to get, that's something I want to get my nose on. There's a few of those fragrances within Nishane's line, the X line that I need to try out, like Wulong Cha X, Hachiba X, and it's one more that I believe that I need to get my nose on. So the last but not least, we have Barara King Soleil. And I'm hoping that this smells like the more masculine Herba Pure, but it don't seem like it do. This smell like hairspray from the atomizer. Yeah, this not, I'm not a fan. All right, so we'll get this out. Let's see. Okay. And this is all coming from the Barara website, y'all. So it's not like I'm making any of this up. Like, this is coming straight from Barara themselves, so. It doesn't look like they have. I don't know. All right, so let's get this on tester. Let's get this on tester real quick here. This is fresh. Fresh. You get, I don't like smelling in the air. I definitely get like an orange. Okay. All right. Hark says Ferragamo red leather, F by 4 Ferragamo free time. I have yet to smell either of those two. I have a fragrance oil of the original Ferragamo. This is a high quality oil too. But this smells really good. But I would say out of the leathers, I like bright leather a bit more. Even though I am a fan of leathers. I like bright leather. I've yet to smell either of these two though. So as of right now, I like bright leather a bit more, and I like F black over just regular F. So yeah. So all right. Let's get this smell going. This is like a watered down. This is like Herba Gold watered down, y'all. This is like Herba Gold watered down. A watered down Herba Gold. Let's see the notes. Notes of the fragrance consist of orange, bergamot, and lemon. Middle notes of fruity notes. Base notes of vanilla, white musk, and amber. That is the typical note breakdown for OG Herba Pure, if I'm not mistaken. This smells like it to a certain extent, but it's not it. This is just not it. It's not hitting for me. It's weak. It's a weak fragrance. Just on test strip. In the air, I get all orange, and now on test strip, all I get is like vanilla musk. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as the formulation itself, I give it a 5. Overall scent, I give it a 6 overall. So we're gonna do 5.5 overall for that fragrance. No, thank you. I would pass. It's a hard pass for me. It's not really that great. It's bright, however, but the fragrance is very linear. It doesn't last long. The citruses dissolve fairly fast, and it gets straight to the vanilla white musk. You know, so Kick says, when is the next scheduled live? So I live stream every Thursday and Sunday. So actually Thursday and Saturday. So I do Thursday night. That'll be fragrance talk, scent talk, and then Saturday night will be Saturday Night Live. So I'll do, and Thursday night will be, Thursday night is at 8:30 Central Time, and Saturday night is at 9:30 Central Time. So both of them be at nighttime. But I'll typically have streams throughout the week here if I'm feeling like actually hopping on and discussing some fragrance. So I would say just make sure that you got the notification bell enabled on your so you'll be notified when I do go live. But if I do go live, I usually make a post stating that I'm going to go live before that. So that way it gets people kind of ready, and it gets people prepared to actually, take the time out to join. I just rather be more prompt, so that way I'm able to make sure everyone is, aware of what's going on. But we'll go ahead and move on to Burberry Hero Elixir. So that's just a 1.5 ml here. Get our nose on this. I know this to be a very woody, heavy fragrance. This is definitely a woody, heavy fragrance. So let's see. All right, as in comparison to the two, I think this one has some included vanilla in it though. So, but my Macy's rep actually wanted me to smell this for sure. Wanted me to get my nose on this. So, all right, so we're moving into the designer space. We are away from Middle Eastern fragrances, moving into the designer space. We have Burberry Hero Elixir. All right, let's get this on test strip. It's definitely woody. I mean, all of them are woody. I get that in the air for sure. It smells good. It smells good. So let that dry down a bit. I get leather in the air. I wonder if there's leather in. Okay. It's good, man. This is a good one. This is more, I would dress this up. I would definitely dress this fragrance up. Suit and tie, casual on up. Like dress casual on up. Not just crew neck sweatshirt. I'm talking long sleeve polo shirt tucked in, on up. So suit approved. Business meeting approved. Reconnaissance approved. Oh yeah. This is definitely one of those fragrances in which you can wear to a briefing, a reconnaissance meeting, dispatch, things of that such. So it's not too overwhelming, but I get a leather accord to it. I get mostly woods and leathers to it, with a hint of vanilla, a hint of sweetness to behind it on the back end. This is nice. This is definitely more for your mature. For the mature crowd, mature gentlemen. Let's see. All right, so the notes of the fragrance, because top note, interesting. I find that interesting of top notes of being vanilla and tonka bean. Middle notes of cedarwood and leather. I don't know why this smell like cat piss for now. I don't know if it's me. I don't know. Don't kill me over this. Cedarwood, leather, so base notes of more cedarwood, black leather, amber, and smoke. And then they left out the cat piss note. So a little bit of Purina, a little bit of Iams in there as well. All right, so I'm just joking. So this is a good one, man. The opening is what surprised me most out of it. The dry down on the texture strip is not really that great, but the opening is really nice. The opening, I definitely get the vanilla. I get more of tonka than vanilla, but I get the leather, the woody leather tonka opening. It says amber and smoke. So for me, on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as the formulation is concerned and the blend, I give this this is an 8. This is an 8. It's a nice blend. This is an 8. As far as the overall smell, I give it a 7.5. Yeah, I would wear this, but I wouldn't buy a full bottle of it. So this is not full bottle worthy for me. I would wear it if it was gifted, or if I get a sample, somebody gives me a sample and I try it out, but I'm not gonna go out and buy this. So, but overall, it is a decent fragrance. Because the only reason why I'm not gonna go out and buy it is because I have a multitude of fragrances that are within a similar space, you know. So, but overall, it's a decent fragrance. But we'll go ahead and move on. So we have Gucci Intense Oud, and I believe, based upon what my Macy's rep has told me, that this is an entry level designer oud fragrance from the house of Gucci. So we'll see what this is about. Might be a good church fragrance, y'all. Might be a good church wear. All right, so we'll get this on the atomizer. There we go. There we go. We got a good spray in the second one. These atomizers are horrible. Ooh, yeah, you get that. You get it in the air. Yeah. This is a good, yeah. Okay. In the air, this is nice. In the air, this is really, really nice. This is really, really nice. Yeah, this is really nice in the air, y'all. You definitely get the oud out of it. It's not a dirty oud. It's not a dingy oud. It's very, very, very mass appealing oud. Very mass appealing. And I believe the same perfumer behind Gucci Intense Oud is the same perfumer behind Burberry Hero Elixir. Yep. All right, so let's see. Let's get our nose on it. This is nice, man. This is designer niche at its finest, in my opinion. Yeah, this is nice, y'all. This is definitely, I would wear this. You could wear it to church, but me, I would wear this more so on special occasions. This is a break glass fragrance, and I'm sure it's quite expensive as well. This is a break glass fragrance simply because I get raspberry out of this. Rose. I get leather in that oud, man. This is nice. This is nice. This is nice. All right, so yeah, I will wear this. This is suit approved for sure. Nighttime, if nighttime speakeasy, nighttime bar, happy hour, and you still got your suit on, refresh with this. Nice. This will get you going. All right, so notes of the fragrance is top notes of frankincense, raspberry, saffron, and pear. Middle notes of damask rose. I'm telling you, musk and orange blossom. I gotta get it. All right, so base notes of agarwood, leather, patchouli, and ambergris. This is nice. This is well blended, man. Well blended. This is well blended. Mysterious fragrance, man. Mysterious, special, especially for those formal occasions. High quality, niche composition to it. And I can tell it's gonna last on skin. You can just tell, like, once you get wafts of certain fragrances and based upon their note breakdowns, yeah. It's that leather. Oh yeah, this is lovely, y'all. This is good. This is really good. As far as scale of 1 to 10 in regards to the formulation and blend, this is a 9. Yeah, this is a 9. This is beautiful, y'all. This is niche quality on a designer level for sure. When you look at the note breakdown, it's niche. It's very niche quality. As far as the scent overall in itself, I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. However, I would give it a smaller bottle of it simply because it's not it's not one of those fragrances that you're gonna wear it quite often. So definitely Oriental style fragrance. It's really nice. But we'll get into the last fragrance, and that'll be the Gucci Guilty Elixir de Absolute. Absolute. And shout out to Millie Good. Shout out to Millie Good for the fragrance here, my Macy's rep. So we'll get our noses on this and we'll get up on out of here, man. And last but not least, we have Gucci Guilty Absolute. And that is the black and green gradient bottle. Let's get our noses on that. And y'all will be well on your way, man. It's been a successful Sunday. Oh, see, man, I told y'all, I'm a sucker for orange blossom, man. I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. The Gucci Intense Oud has orange blossom in it. You can smell it. In the air, this is like the best Gucci Guilty Absolute rendition that I've smelled. And let's see. I have an oil. What? Something ain't right. I'm missing oils. Yeah, Gucci Guilty Elixir right here. So, oil of it, fire rendition. It's very similar to what's up, Buddha? Yeah, here I come. All right. Yeah, this is really nice, man. This is really good. It's very versatile in a sense. Like this fragrance itself is very, yeah. Yeah, that's the Absolute de Parfum. So, yeah, it punches vanilla, white florals. I get a sense of neroli to it. I get the neroli for sure. The almond, just like the. Give me some time, okay?
I'm gonna open my pants, please.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is good, y'all. So definitely fresh, along the fresher side as a comparison to the two. It definitely has a hint of spices in it. You definitely get the neroli and vanilla orange blossom. That's what I get, and I get a hint of that almond too from the OG. Yeah, this is a sophisticated fragrance, man. It's a little bit more refined. Yeah, this is a little bit more refined, and I don't know. I get some leather in it. So this is a good fragrance. It's a good fragrance. I think this will be strong. It's probably a better performer than the OG as well. All right, so notes behind the fragrance is we have top notes of almond, rum, orange blossom, and bergamot. Middle notes of tonka, red chili pepper, labdanum, and neroli. Base notes of vanilla, benzoin, and leather. I'm telling you, I smell it. The leather punches through. The orange blossom punches through. The almond and the neroli and the vanilla, the florals and the vanilla punch right through the fragrance. I'll have to say. This is nice. Sophisticated fragrance for sure, man. Like as far as a man wearing this fragrance, this is a bit like all of the Gucci Guilty Elixir scents. Well, it's only two of them. They both seem like they're very catering towards feminine preference, which basically means when I'm saying this is that women are going to like it on you. This is very catering to their scent preference. It's kind of medicinal though, but the original Elixir is kind of medicinal as well. But like this is a very lovely scent. Very captivating scent, y'all. Overall, as far as I prefer the Intense Oud over the Absolute. All right, so let's get into the chat real quick. Hark says Viking can be used in summers. Is it too spicy? And can you give some recommendations, just like Nautica Voyage, Fresh, Aquatic, Summer Beach Flower? I have not smelled Barara Viking. Actually, I have smelled Barara Viking. I believe it to be closer. I think that is closer towards the, I don't know if that's the Lafayette Street. I don't know if that's the Lafayette Street rendition. It just depends on which Viking you're talking about, because I think they got quite a few of them. The one that I smelled was like the Barara Viking Cairo, and that's the one that's like similar to like the Bulgari Tiger L'Immensité. So I think that's the one that's similar to the Bulgari Tiger L'Immensité. Creed Viking, interesting. Yeah, Creed Viking. I'm not a fan of Creed Viking, honestly. Let's see. Yeah, it's quite a few fragrances that I prefer over Creed Viking, but needless to say, man, thank you. Well, that wraps up everything today. Gucci Guilty Absolute. As far as the ratings, I'm gonna give it. As far as the formulation itself, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 on formulation. It's fairly good formulation. As far as the overall scent itself, for me and my liking, I'm gonna give it a 7. So we won't leave it at an even. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 as far as my liking. So that's gonna probably balance it out to a 7 as far as the average. But I don't, considering that I don't give 7s as an average or an overall score, we're gonna boost it up to 7.5. Gucci Intense Oud is an 8.5 in my opinion. It's really nice. So that pretty much wraps up today, y'all. I definitely wanted to get you all on here, and we can discuss some scents, discuss some fragrances, and we can go through these fragrances together here along my fragrance journey. And I hope that I've been able to be of assistance for you throughout your fragrance journey. Before you leave today, please drop a like. That helps me get boosted in the algorithm. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you like the content and you're wanting more content. I am live streaming twice a week, Thursdays and Saturdays, roughly in the evening time. So, and I usually post earlier in the day to let everyone know that I'm going to be live streaming for the day. But I definitely appreciate your time, and thanks for joining with Buff Scents, where style meets strength and every fragrance packs a punch. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you.